Geography is an AS and A2 qualification. It's a level 3 qualification, and we follow the WJEC specification, as all schools in Wales do. So what does the subject cover? We cover many interesting physical and human issues affecting the world today. We study things like tectonics, so earthquakes and volcanoes. We look at coasts. We look at changes occurring in cities and the countryside. We look at changes on the ocean. And we look at how we can improve the world for the future. We look at how to um, develop a sustainable environment. It's graded from A star down to E. And we found over the last 10, 15 years that anyone who does geography achieves a grade. We haven't had anything lower than a D grade at Geography A2 in 15 years, which I think is some feat. The sort of interest that students would have who take this course up, it would appeal to anyone who has interest in what is happening in the world today, from the impacts of coronavirus, migration, the impacts of climate change, looking at how people live with volcanoes and earthquakes and why people live where volcanoes and earthquakes are found. Most topics raised are in the news today and directly relate to the A-level course. In terms of career aspirations, the beauty of geography is that employers realise that it's one of the very few subjects which develop all of the essential skills needed in the workplace. We look at literacy, numeracy, ICT. We develop those skills. From St. Tylo's, we've had A-level geographers who have become dentists, doctors, lawyers, environmentalists, architects, to name just a few. So as you can see, it lends itself to all sorts of careers. In terms of transferable skills, I think if you speak to employers, they will say what they're looking for from students is, can students use skills such as literacy, numeracy, ICT, and can they transfer those across to the real world and apply them to real life scenarios? And that's exactly what geography is all about. So just to give you a quick bit of structure, there are 5 units. We've got a physical unit at AS, which is changing landscapes, looking at earthquakes, volcanoes and coasts. We also have a human unit looking at urban and rural places. Okay, so that's the AS course, unit 1 and 2. Unit 3 and 4, unit 3 is global systems, looking at things like migration. Why are so many people desperate to get into Europe from why are they fleeing countries in Africa and countries in the Middle East? And we look at the reasons for that, the impacts of that. We look at what's happening on the high seas. Why is there piracy? Why are different countries trying to take control of certain parts of the ocean? What about plastic? Is plastic becoming a real issue in the ocean? Plastics pollution? What can we do about it? The Unit 4 contemporary themes looks at tectonics, earthquakes and volcanoes, and we also look at what's happening in Africa today and how can we develop Africa and try and bring it up to the standards that we're used to in perhaps Europe and North America. Finally, there's a Unit 5, which is an individual investigation, which involves going out on field trip. Of course, you can't do A-level geography without doing field activities, fieldwork activities. So we go on trips, you collect the data, and you write up an individual investigation, obviously with a bit of guidance from myself. And this, we find, is where students really, really flourish and normally do extremely well on this unit. So what are the entry requirements? The academic requirements, because it is an academic subject, we require a C in English and a C in geography. Other than that, As long as you get five passes at C or above, or 5 level 2 passes, we will accept you on the geography course. You don't also have to have done geography at GCSE to be able to do it at A level. I've currently got an A level student who hasn't done GCSE and is really flourishing at A level. So necessary skills and competencies. In terms of necessary skills and competencies, needs to be adept at literacy, have fairly good numeracy skills and ICT skills. So where can geography take you? So higher education and further study options. Universities love geography. They love students having studied it at A level. It's one of the facilitating subjects. It's considered to be a rigorous academic subject that universities like the look of. You don't have to do a degree in geography. You can do a degree in anything. As I said, we've had students who have gone on to do medicine but done geography as an A level. I've currently got a student in my A level class who has got a place in medical school and is doing geography. Another one wants to do midwifery. Another one wants to do architecture. Another one wants to do environmental science. Another one wants to look at psychology. All got places in university, and yet they're all doing geography. Okay, what employment and career opportunities? As I've said before, employers are crying out for the skills A-level geographers have, all right? A knowledge of today's world. They are literate, they are numerate, and they have excellent ICT skills. So, subjects that students might consider that complement the subject. The beauty of geography, it can be an arts or a science, so it goes equally well with history, psychology, sociology, as well as it goes extremely well with languages, it goes well with sciences. Many of my current year 13s study biology and chemistry and do geography. Others do psychology and geography. Others do history and geography. So the beauty of it is one of those subjects where which fits with everything. One piece of information that I would give, I think I've found in my 30 years of teaching geography at A level that it's an accessible subject. You know, in the last 15, 20 years, nobody has got less than a D at A2 geography. And bear in mind that you know, our entry criteria is a C in geography. That's quite commendable. The vast majority get a C or above. We normally get 40% getting an A grade or an A star. So it's really accessible, and I think if you speak to students as well, so this kind of covers the advice from students as well, they find it a particularly interesting subject because it looks at current issues affecting the world today.